Hi everyone, as I promised, I was going to do a midterm test review. So what I did is I got the actual exam, I prepared the actual exam, and what I did is I'm going to go over the exam with you. Neelish, my TA, will also be assisting. But again, to give you a little head start as to what expect for the exam, I did this review. So let's take a look at it. What will be the instructions? You will have around 3 hours to complete. I don't think there are going to be any issues on meeting that. You are allowed to have 2 pages of letter-sized notes, front and back, so it's full altogether. So, that's, again, I'm not one who believes that one should memorize today, but if you don't write down the notes or understand it, that's the only way you understand is by writing things down. So anyway, I suggest that you spend some time on it. Calculators are permitted, obviously, but no internet or cell phone calculators. There's no Excel, no internet, any of that. You need to show me your partial credit. Then you need to show me your work for your partial credit because otherwise I won't know how you did it. So again, a lot of these problems do render itself to let me see how you do things. And the test is 30 points in total. Each question is worth something else. You're going to be getting 7 questions. 6 of them are calculations. One of them is a nice little multiple choice to break the monotony. But generally speaking, it's a very straightforward examination, and it's just really understanding the mechanics of bookkeeping. And like I said, you're going to see that this is just variations of the theme that I talked about the entire course so far. It's about adjusting entries. It's about understanding the accounting equation and so forth. So without any further adu, let's take a look at the questions. Question number 1 is 3 points. What you're going to have to do here is you have to create a short balance sheet from the list of accounts they provided you and determine the balance of one of the accounts which the dollar figure was omitted. Basically, what is this? This is the application of the accounting equation. In other words, you're going to get a whole series of accounts and you need to put it together, and then you need to make the balance sheet balance, as you all learned. Your debits have to equal your credits, or your assets equal your liabilities and equity. So what you're going to be seeing is one of the accounts going to have no figures, and you're going to have to put the figure in there. So as you can see, this is nothing more than an accounting equation problem. Question number 2 is 5 points. In this particular question, you will be given an opening balance sheet. There will be several entries at the end of the month. Prepare the ending balance based on those entries. In other words, you get a balance sheet starting in February 1st, and then you have all these transactions which took place during the month. So therefore, they want you to do is prepare an ending balance sheet. There's nothing fancy with this. And that's why I gave you the project before the midterm, so that you get some practice on doing this whole series of entries and practicing of the preparing of the financial statements. Because this test is just really just extracting some key elements from that project that you're going to be doing. Now, question number 3, I just decided to throw in a quick multiple choice question. Um, you need to understand the accrual concepts. What do we mean by accrual? What do we mean by matching? What do we mean by deferrals? In other words, I want you to make sure you understand these concepts because this leads us to the adjusting entries, which is our chapter 4. But it's important because this is what distinguishes corporate accounting from small business accounting. Question number 4 is 5 points. Journal entries. You will receive a series of transactions in which you need to prepare the journal entries. So again, a lot of these might be from the adjusting journal entries. So again, this is just a basic how do you record journal entries. And you'll be given, a journal and you just record them as you see. Again, you know my style. I am not requiring you to be fancy. I'm not requiring you to write explanations. Just make sure the entries make sense. And like I said to you, could be many ways you could label an account. I could tell if you're right or wrong just by the way you label it. I'm not looking for any one particular name for an account, just as long as it makes sense. All right. Question number 5. Here you will be giving a net income before adjustments amounts. All right, you get this net income before adjustments. All right, then you will be given a series of adjusting entries that you learned in chapter 4. So what they're going to tell you is simply calculate the net income after these adjustments. So basically, what do? You know every adjusting entry has a balance sheet account and an income statement account. So what I'm really asking you is not so much give me the entries, but what I'm saying is keep track of the income statement account adjustments. In other words, if there's a balance sheet and an income statement one, just keep track of the income statement one. Because the only thing I'm asking you here is to calculate the net income after these adjustments were made. So again, my advice to you is if you're not, very strong in accounting, I would just make out the entry. Just make out the entry, record it, and then once you record these entries, just pluck out the income amount ones and, make an adjusted net income statement. Question number 6. You'll be given an incorrect income statement. How do you like that? And what you're going to notice is that there will be a series of adjustments that were not considered in preparing that income statement. So again, this is what, chapter 4 again? I'm really pounding 4 because 4 is what really makes the difference between small business accounting and corporate accounting. So here you're going to be getting a series of adjustments that were not considered. So now what am I asking you? Consider those adjustments and prepare a corrected income statement. So that's question number 6. Last but not least is question number 7, which deals with chapter 5. You'll be giving an adjusted trial balance, and then once you're given this adjusted trial balance, I want you to take it to the next step. Prepare the income statement and the statement of retained earnings. I'm not asking you to do the balance sheet. I'm only asking you to do the income statement and the statement of retained earnings. So that is your examination. And as I said to you, there's really nothing here that's really, tricky. It's just a straightforward. Again, my goal is to make sure you understand the mechanics of accounting, and this is testing you. Between that and the project that you're going to be doing the day before, you should be pretty attuned to the basics of accounting, because that to me, no matter what your field is, ultimately as you move along, it's important that you understand accounting. Okay? So if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me or my TA in English. So take care.